Welcome. My name is Catherine, and today I will share four of my favorite albums from America's favorite party band, the B52s. And I am wearing a Wild Planet t-shirt that I bought at their farewell tour concert last summer in 2022. And the B52s are great live, and I'm so glad I went. So here's a little background on the B52s before I show the albums. They formed in Athens, Georgia in 1976. The original five members are Fred Schneider, lead singer and percussion, Kate Pearson, vocals, keyboards, and synth bass, Cindy Wilson on vocals and percussion, Ricky Wilson on guitar, and Keith Strickland drums and guitar. The name B52s comes from a 60s beehive hairdo that Kate and Cindy wore in their first decade of performing with wigs. Their first performance was at a friend's house on Valentine's Day, and they performed a song called Killer Bees. Now, the B52's first recorded single was Rock Lobster. It was pressed by a record company called DB Records in Atlanta, Georgia, and there were about 15,000 pressed according to Discogs. Now, this early recording of Rock Lobster became an underground success. And I will leave a link in the description to an audio of this record. Somebody uploaded it onto YouTube. And it's just a nice piece of rock and roll history about this band. The tempo's a little faster and it's a little not quite as polished of a recording as on their debut album. So the success of this single, Rock Lobster, led to shows at the New York CBGB. And at their first performance, John and Yoko Ono were in the audience. John had heard this song played in a club, and he thought it sounded so much like his wife, Yoko, the marine animal noises that Kate and Cindy were making, and he had to see them. So after seeing the show, it really motivated him and inspired him to want to write music again. And that's how we got the Double Fantasy album. And I'm just so grateful for that. The B52s helped motivate John Lennon to write some great songs. And one of my favorite songs on the Double Fantasy album is this, Watching the Wheels. I love the lyrics in this song. So here is their debut album. I call this the Yellow Album. It was released July 6th of 1979, and the producer is Chris Blackwell. He also produced Bob Marley. This sold 1 million copies in the US, and the album cover photo and design was by Tony Wright. So the track listing on the A side is Planet Claire, 52 Girls, Dance Around This Mess, and Rock Lobster, their hit single. I like the lyric in Planet Claire. It's Planet Claire has pink air. All the trees are red, and no one dies up there. It sounds like a great place to live to me. On the B side, we have Lava. We get a volcano lesson. They name the volcanoes Mauna Loa, Krakatoa, and Pompeii. Track 2 is There's a Moon in the Sky called The Moon. Great lyric in this song is, if you're in outer space, don't feel out of place, 'cause there's thousands of people like you. Plus, this song lists all 9 of the planets in our solar system, because in 1979, Pluto is considered a planet. Track number 3 is Hero Worship. Track number 4 is 6060-842, a fictitious phone number song, and this was before Tommy Two Tones 8675309. And then our final track is a quirky cover of Petula Clark's Downtown. So after this album got some airplay on college radio, on January 26, 1980, the B52s performed on Saturday Night Live, and they performed two songs, Dance This Mess Around and Rock Lobster. This television performance helped the B52s to become better known. Next album, Wild Planet. It's one of my favorites, probably my most favorite. That's why I bought this shirt. It was released August 27th of 1980, and again we have producer Chris Blackwell. Many of the songs on Wild Planet had been completed since 1978, so they had enough material with that first album for two albums. That's how we got this so quickly. It was certified gold in the United States. That means it sold 500,000 copies. Our singles are Private Idaho, which became the B52's second Billboard Hot 100 song. Give Me Back My Man, it's a great Cindy Wilson solo. And Party Out of Bounds. They started the concert I went to with this song. It's a great way to kick off a concert. Other favorites on this album, Quiche Lorraine, about a man with walking his poodle and the Great Dane chases it away. It's actually an analogy of going through a breakup. So if you ever have your heart broken, just listen to Quiche Lorraine and things will get a little bit better. 52 Miles West of Venus has a great rhythm to it. I love that song. And Dirty Back Road and Devil in My Car is a good rocker. So I love this album. And I will show you the inner sleeve. This shows the band's sense of humor. We have big footprints and little footprints of the Great Dane and Quiche Lorraine the poodle. So next album, that's my favorite. It was the comeback album for the B52s, Cosmic Thing, with my cracked jewel case. It was released June 27th of 1989. This is their fifth studio album. It's on a different label, Reprise Records versus Warner Brothers. And we have producers Nile Rodgers and Don Was. So this went 4 times platinum in the US. It sold 1 million in Canada, 2 times platinum in Australia, and 300,000 in the UK. Our singles are Channel Z, Love Shack, Rome, which reached number 20, and Deadbeat Club, number 30. So this was a comeback album for the B52s and a great success story as well. And I'll tell you why. Guitarist Ricky Wilson passed away from complications of the AIDS virus, and this happened on October 12th of 1985. And this was shortly after completing their 4th album, Bouncing Off the Satellites. And the band did not promote that album or tour. They just didn't know how they were going to go on without Ricky Wilson. He was such a key member to their band and created a lot of their sound. So they went on hiatus for about 3 years. But it was Keith Strickland, their drummer, who wanted the band to get back together and make more music. So in 1988, he contacted the members, and he had been trying to write some songs and practicing his guitar skills to step into Ricky's position. So, as we all know, Love Shack was the big hit single on this. It reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and the MTV video contributed to that success. I think this is one of my favorite videos in the 80s. They look like they're having just so much fun in that video. Plus the lyrics in this song are so clever. The last album I'll show today is called Good Stuff. It was released June 23rd of 1992, and it's their 6th studio album. We still have producers Nile Rodgers and Don Was, and this is an alternative rock album. It's a little different than their previous albums. It does have a few party songs. So we have the singles Good Stuff, Is That You Modine, Tell It Like It tthe is, Revolution Earth, and Hot Pants Explosion. So Cindy Wilson took some time off from 1990 to 1994. She's not on this album. Instead, we have Julie Cruz, who is singing with Kate Pearson. Cindy had her first daughter and she gave birth to 2 children, so she took some time off to be a mother. And Good Stuff was nominated for Best Alternative Rock Album at the 35th Annual Grammy Awards, but the winner was Tom Waits for the album Bone Machine. There's some key session musicians playing on this album. First we have Tracy Wormworth on bass guitar. She's very talented, and she joined the band in 1990 with the Cosmic Thing tour, and she's still with them today. She's been performing with them for 23 years. And prior to the B52s, she played with Cyndi Lauper, Sting on his Amnesty tour, and also Joan Osborne. And we have 2 drummers. One is Sterling Campbell. He played with David Bowie, Soul Asylum, and for a while with Duran Duran when Roger Taylor left. And then also Jeff Porcaro from Toto, and he was also a session musician before Toto. He's one of the most recorded session musicians in rock and roll history. So I want to say thank you for watching. I enjoy the music of the B52s. I think they're a good example of a band who doesn't fight and break up. They really enjoy what they do, and they're still performing even though they say they're not going to tour anymore, but they're still going to play a show here and there. And this spring, they're going to be playing at the Venetian Theater in April in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the comments, please share your favorite memories and your favorite B52 songs. I would love to hear what your favorites are. And December's a busy month for most people. I'll be working more. So I just want to let you know I'll probably just post a couple videos in December. And I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care and have fun.